It can be true because having sexual relationships without marriage in Islam is haram. So they can't do that. That can be true.
Unless it's with your female
Religious
captives. They don't have to marry their
where
female
slavery
captives.
is not in existence. Slavery.
Can I say
Hey, let me tell you,
something?
slavery.
One at a
No, you
time.
don't. You don't because she is your slave.
Hi, amazing viewers. Welcome to Religious Insight. On this episode of this amazing debate with Godlogic, Godlogic shows some Muslims the adultery in Islam and they panicked. Let's watch this video for more details.
You'll have the sole mic, okay? But let the sister engage a little bit. You've been here
Hi.
before. She hasn't.
You know
Go
the
ahead.
rules.
Okay, so the Quran says that, and I'm with you. But does the Bible doesn't say that? That Islam's false?
Well, there was no Islam during the time of Jesus or the apostles. However, the apostles did say this, and Jesus did say this. If anyone teaches a different Jesus than what we have taught to you, then let them be accursed. Even if an angel, even if a new prophet has come and has given you a different gospel, a different Jesus than the one you've received, then let that be accursed. That religion is false. That saying is deluded.
Okay, look, I'm not.
Block the arguments and false religions that come against the knowledge of Christ. It tells us to do that.
Okay, so I didn't study Islam or I didn't study Christianity, but my point was that I'm jealous that someone's saying about my religion is false. That's it. So,
I'm glad you're here because the question should be, is it Minna? Is that how I say
Yeah,
your name?
Minna.
Minna? The question should be, okay, my name's Avery. You should be like, Avery, why do you say that Islam is false? What are your reasonings that you've come to that led you to believe that Islam is false? You know, and it's an open conversation. It's really to draw people in to have the open discussion and hopefully and share my reasonings with you, you know, and you take it, you can research it later or, do what you want with it, but it's for a good conversation. I want you to know why I believe Islam is false and then
okay,
come to the
and
truth.
I want you to read better in Islam because I think you didn't.
So let's do this real quick. You believe that Islam is a beautiful, moral-filled religion, right? That it teaches you to do good, not to harm others. It's peaceful.
Yeah.
You believe that that's
I
what
believe
Islam
that,
teaches, right?
yeah.
Okay. So this is the claim. However, when we go into the Quran and we actually read it for ourselves, we read a lot of the Quran is not like that. For example,
Hey, that applies the same to the Bible. Islam is not a passive religion.
we'll see.
We're not
We'll
turning
see.
the cheek when you do something to a Muslim.
We're not talking about turning the cheek. We're not talking about that.
Okay.
We're talking about more moral codes, God's moral character that He does not change. Like, for example, the Ten Commandments. And we spoke with a Muslim on this the other day. The Ten Commandments tell us, for example, not to commit adultery. Now, we all agree here on this panel, Christian and Muslim, that adultery, sleeping with another man's wife, is wrong. We all agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
100% wrong.
Okay, good. So now, if there was something that was teaching us to go out and do adultery, if it gave a situation where it said adultery is allowed, you can take another man's wife and have her, then we would know that is not of God, that's not what God teaches, okay? God would never teach sin. He would never give an allowance or an exception
I'll
to
ask you a
sin.
question.
Right.
Why do you guys have several Bibles, like written by several people?
No, go with your claim. Let him finish his claim.
You're talking about English translations. Quran has English translations. That's
not
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Let's stay focused though.
But go back to your claim. Go back to your claim.
Let's stay focused.
Guys,
Please go back to your claim.
Let's focus. So adultery, we all know it's wrong. We agree that it's not a teaching of God. We go to chapter 4, verse 24 of the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
It gives an exception in which you can commit adultery. It says, all women.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
married
Someone called me.
Chapter 4, verse 24.
What surah?
What surah is that?
4, An-Nisa. Surah An-Nisa.
Chapter 4, verse 24.
What surah?
What surah is that?
4,
All women.
An-Nisa.
Surah An-Nisa.
We've got to echo Avery. We've got to
What surah?
Yeah, so Minna, I'm gonna have to we have to drop you and then we're gonna bring you right back up.
Bring you back.
It looks like you got a call and it calls an echo or something.
Right.
Go ahead and hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, on the YouTube stream. Got almost 400 people on YouTube, so go ahead. There should be 400 likes. Hit that like. If you guys are loving this discussion, we're about to get into some good stuff right now. We got Muslims that are standing up for the faith of Islam. So good for them.
Represent.
How do you know that your religion is the right one?
Okay, so
To tell you.
This
about to show you.
is one of the ways we'll demonstrate it by reading Surah 424 and looking at its context.
We know that God's moral code is consistent.
How do you know?
Consistent.
How do you know?
We know that God's moral code is consistent. This is what he revealed to us. God in his nature has to be consistent. He cannot change his morality. His morality does not change, right? So he's not going to see something as detestable and claim that this is an abomination and then later says, oh, well, you know, it's okay. You can commit that abomination. You know what I'm saying? God is consistent. And that's how the prophets teach about God, that he's always consistent. So if we get to the Quran, he needs to be consistent with what we find in the prophets, in the Torah, in the Zabur, the Psalms, in the Gospel. He has to be consistent. So this is an example where I'm showing you where Allah of the Quran is not consistent with the God that we find in the Torah, the Psalm, and the Gospel, right? So where God in the previous scriptures,
how
let me finish.
can you
God in the
explain to
previous
me how
scriptures
there is
completely defines adultery to be disgusting. The Quran allows adultery.
oh, bro, what are you saying?
Bro, he
Oh,
understood
gosh.
it wrong.
Okay, I'll ask
That's
you a
where
question.
it's wrong.
How
Guys, focus.
how
and
there
we'll
is like
get to the.
information
But
of
you have to come
people
up with
just
the
found out.
claim.
Bro, let us speak.
Tell me what it is.
Guys, we have the
Yes,
in front of us, and we'll read
Can
the
I speak?
text. You said how do we see that Islam allows adultery? We're at the verse. Just walk through it with us. Do you guys have your Quran open at Surah 424?
I
Do
do
you
have-
have it? Then let's walk through the text together, okay? Avery, can you read it for us?
I can recite it. Okay?
Go ahead, Frank.
All married women are forbidden for you, except those whom your right hand possess. So, according to this verse, all married women, because it's lined up with verse 23 above. Okay? Married women are forbidden. You cannot have married women, except the married women who you captured through war. You can have them, even though they're married. So here the Quran gives permission for Muslims to commit adultery as long as it's with a woman who they have captured in war, their right hand possession.
No, I don't find it in the surah.
You don't find it in
It
the
did-
surah?
no.
What do you
It
find-
says-
what do you find in
it
the surah?
says-
What-
I can read it word for word if you need to.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
tell me.
Well, actually, James, let's let them, because I guess somehow we're reading it wrong or reciting. Let's let him read it. Go ahead and read it out for us, brother. What do you see word for word? What do you got?
Okay, I got. Do not marry the woman who your fathers married. Although what is past is past. This indeed was a shameful deed, a hateful thing, and an evil way. So where do it says, you can marry like a woman
That's
you can-
not 424. That's not
Oh.
Surah An-Nisa,
Okay.
ayah 24. So verse 24 of chapter 4, An-Nisa.
Okay. And also forbidden to you are all married women, except those women who your right hands have come to possess as a result of war. This is Allah's decree and it's binding upon you.
So you see?
There's a lot of scientific facts.
You guys would make
that
claims
are
and you don't want us
discovered
to
by
answer to you.
Whoa,
You can't go this way.
relax. It's y'all's turn. Go ahead and respond.
Okay,
Go
let
ahead.
me respond. So it says, like, if you are in the time of war and you happen to captivate slaves, those slaves are your possession, okay? Because they are under your possession and you have the right to marry them, okay?
No, not marry.
You can marry them if they are Muslims. Like, no Muslim should captivate another Muslim. If they're
It has
Christians,
nothing to
they're
do
your
with
slaves
marriage.
now. They're your slaves, okay? And if they're your
Has nothing to
slaves,
do
that
with
means they are your possession, and you get to do what you want with it.
Are they married?
What do you mean?
Are they married? Those slaves that you capture?
No, you don't marry them because they belong to you.
No. Listen, my question is: these women who are captured, according to this verse, they're married, correct?
The answer is yes, guys.
We're not scholars in this field, man. That's why I don't like dwelling the Quran so much. Is if you pinpoint things like this, you're not gonna get the true essence of Islam. Do you understand?
Yeah,
That's why I don't
shaking
like
Imam up here. You're good.
But there is so many verses.
Haji, time out, Haji. Let me say this really quick to MH. This is exactly how you get to the essence of Islam. By reading and going deep into these things. But when you ignore these things, that's when you get away from what true Islam actually is. But this right here, this is true Islam. This is the essence of Islam. And notice how I don't have to twist anything.
When I say true Islam, let me just say, when I say true Islam, you have to look at the overall picture. You don't look at just one verse, you look at the whole Quran. You understand? We don't look at just the Quran, we look at what Allah's revealed to the whole of creation throughout history. You understand? That's how you look at Islam. That's how you look at what Allah's word is, what Allah's revelation is. You understand? You don't look at one verse.
No, he picks like one verse, doesn't even know the meaning behind it. He started from the beginning to the end.
All right, so guys, let's all. This is what we need to do for right now. Because MH, I actually agree with you that you look at Islam as a whole. You take the whole of it, right? This is only one issue that I brought up. I have many. So this is just one of the issues in the essence of Islam that I'm going to bring up today. But I wanted to show you guys this right now. Guys, according to this verse, and let's all be honest and true to the verse, okay? I'm not twisting nothing. Y'all don't twist nothing. According to this verse, in the context of war, you can go and take another man's wife for yourself. Correct?
No, it's not true. I have the explanation. If you want, I can read it.
You have the explanation?
Yeah.
I do too.
So the explanation is about married slave women who had been captured at the battlefield itself and whose previous marriage were made null.
What are you reading? What are you reading?
I'm reading the explanation of the verse 424 from the website.
What website?
What website?
The website is controversialislamwordpress.com.
Yeah, so that's not what works, my friend. If you're trying to get the meaning of the verse, you need to pull up a tafsir.
Okay. No, wait, bros. Give me your tafsir. Give me your tafsir.
Okay, so I got you. So is it okay if I bring up Ibn Kathir?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring up Ibn Kathir. So Ibn Kathir breaks this down. He even gives the hadith that goes with this, gives the background of why this verse was revealed. Okay. So Ibn Kathir, chapter 4, verse 24.
Chapter 4, verse 24. Sunni. Shia or Sunni? Quran.
Everybody here is Sunni.
Okay.
All right. So this is what it says. Forbidding women already married except for female slaves. You can have the married slaves. It says, also forbidden are women already married except those whom your right hand possess. The ayah means, now this is Ibn Kathir breaking it down. The ayah means you are prohibited from marrying women who are already married. Let's continue. Except those whom your right hand possesses. Except those married women whom you acquired through war. For you are allowed such women after making sure they're not pregnant. Imam Ahmed, so now he's about to give you the hadith that backs this up. Imam Ahmed recorded that Abu Sa'id al-Kurdi said, we captured some women from the area of Al-Tas who were already married, and we disliked having sexual relations with them because they already had husbands. So their husbands were still alive.
True, that's not true. Give me the.
Can I say something?
Can I show it on the screen?
Let me finish. Yep. Show it on the screen.
I'm going to show you a different one. It's exactly the same thing. This is Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim.
I'm going to finish this first, though, James, and I'll give it to you, okay?
Yeah.
So, guys, again, this is Ibn Kathir sharing the authentic Sahih Hadith that gives the background of this verse, okay? I'm reading it verbatim. So,
let me tell you.
They captured the female women, and it says, we disliked having sexual relations with them because they already had husbands. So we asked the Prophet about this. And this ayah was revealed. Also, forbidden are women already married, except those whom your right hand possesses. Consequently, so as a result, we had sexual relations with these women. This is the wording in Jami al-Tirmidhi, Sunan al-Nasai, Ibn Jarir, and Sahih Muslim in his Sahih. So they had sexual relations with married women.
That can be true because it's haram in Islam.
Hey, no, let me tell you. It's not haram. Let me tell you, it's not.
Let her talk. Let her talk, and then you go.
No, she told you that she's in Islam.
But we gotta let her finish what she says at least, man. Let her finish, and then you go. Go ahead.
It can be true because having sexual relationships without marriage in Islam is haram. So they can't do that. That can be true.
Unless it's with your female captives. They don't have to marry their female captives.
Slavery is not in existence. Slavery.
Can I say something?
Let me tell you, slavery. No, you don't. You don't, because she is your slave.
Can I say something?
It's better speaking to a scholar about it. It's better speaking to a scholar about this, honestly.
We just read the scholars on it, guys. We just read Ibn Kathir.
No. I mean, as someone who's educated live in this field, it's better. You're speaking to laymen.
Hey, this applies to Christians. Even Christians used to do the same thing.
No Christians did the same thing. In fact, I'm glad that you brought that up. Chris, when you can you get Deuteronomy chapter 21 on how captive women are supposed to be treated if you see them attractive and things of this nature? Let's go ahead and show our Muslim friends, according to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Can I say something before you go on?
How women are supposed to be treated. Yes, of course, you can say something.
Okay. So from here, when you're getting married, right, you perform your nikah, and then the husband gives the wife money called mehr, right? So in this surah, it explains that everybody who has sexual relations with people from the war, those ladies, you are then supposed to pay them the mehr because you're now supposed to get married to them since you have gotten into sexual relationship with them, because then if you don't, that's haram.
Yeah. Okay. Godlogic, let me ask you a question. Did Jesus ever say that he's God and to worship him?
What does that have to do with this?
This is what I was saying before earlier. You don't look at the small picture, you look at the whole picture.
You are literally committing what we call the Muslim shuffle, man.
He grabbed that football. He went back and he went for that Hail Mary. Don't,
what you guys are
we just
adding.
watching that sucker go on by, and we coming right back to what we were speaking about.
Stay focused, MH, and later on in this live stream, we will Lord willing, we'll get to the deity of Christ. Okay.
But did you understand where I'm coming from?
I understood what you're coming from, sister. The reason why I disagree is because that doesn't apply to female slaves. With the female captives, they did not have to marry them.
I take a picture of it? Unfortunately, it's my first time on this kind of live. Is it possible if I take a picture using from my Quran? I have it on me.
What are you you're showing commentary in your Quran? It has like commentary from the person?
Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want, you can turn your camera on and like act like you're like recording your Quran, like so we can see it, you know?
Okay. Let me try.
Be careful not to show your face if you don't want to show your face.
No, it's okay.
You don't want to unintentionally dox you.
It's only saying I can only connect using audio, unfortunately.
That's weird. That doesn't make sense. That's weird.
It's probably just
anyways, my point was
you have on your phone.
I mean, a lot of things happen at war. If you think about it, a lot of things happen at war. Men at war, and a lot of men get into temptations. We're all human at the end of the day.
Very true.
So now God doesn't allow you to get into adultery, right? So at the end of the day, that's why God then said, after you have committed adultery with this woman, you are supposed to pay mehr for them because you're supposed to marry them.
No.
Can I just jump in there with a question? Go ahead, didn't Aisha lead wars? Didn't Aisha lead battles?
What relevance does it have to?
She's talking about. She said, in wars you have temptation. So was Aisha tempted? Did she take on male slaves?
That's a good question.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that. I won't comment on the topics I'm not well educated on.
In wars men have temptations, and Aisha led
everybody has temptations, right? I mean, we all do. We are all humans at the end of the day. Are we not?
This is your God saying it's okay to be taken into temptation, and it's okay then only for the men.
Quoted, there isn't anywhere where it says it's okay. I'm explaining from my own understanding, from what I've read, and from my own understanding. Then that's where I'm explaining from.
Yeah, but we are reading your sources, and your sources are telling us clearly that they took captives, and the men were afraid to have sexual intercourse with them. And then this verse came down to save the nation and said it's okay to dingy these women, even though these women are married and their husbands were still alive.
Alright, welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let us know your views in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and your family, and subscribe to the channel for more engaging videos like this. Islam is a beautiful, peaceful and good religion for those that have not read extensively about the moral character of Muhammad and many of his atrocities and his teachings. The more you get to know about the moral issues of Muhammad, the less likeness you will have for Islam. How else can they say Islam does not support adultery when it supports having up to 3 or 4 wives? If one man is having up to 4 wives, then he has violated the law of God for one man and one woman, as the Bible said. And one of the points Godlogic was trying to prove to him that Islam support adultery was when Muhammad normally go to war with his men, and when they capture a city, they capture the men and the women. Prophet gave them, the men, the permission to sleep with these women, to have carnal knowledge of them, even when their husbands were still alive. These men were married men before leaving home, but the prophet still gave them the permission to go ahead to have intercourse with these women, with these married women. So that is one point that Islam supports adultery. Then the issue of mortal marriage, I think this topic is not well discussed most times. This is a situation where a man can go to a family and see a girl that he likes and he just wants to sleep with her. He will make agreements with the family and then pay an amount in form of dowry and then get married to her just for 3 nights. After sleeping with her, then he can just quietly divorce her and then go his way. These practices have been in Islam for a very long time, and many people don't even notice that Islam has this kind of practice. Then tell me, what is the difference between this practice and those who pay prostitutes just to sleep with them? There is no difference between these two. So you can see that Islam fully supports adultery. Guys, let's know your views about this video in the comment section, and in case you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Don't forget to share our videos with your friends and your family, and subscribe to the channel for more engaging videos like this. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video.